A couple of YouTubers, Nikki and Dan Filippi, they posted a video about euthanizing their healthy 9-year-old bull terrier. Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Click there to subscribe, hit the bell to sign up for notifications, and then when you click the link directly in the box below, I can send you a copy of my free book. A few days ago, a couple of YouTubers, Nikki and Dan Filippi, they have a channel called nikkiphilippi.com, and I'll link to that in the description box. But they talked about what they said at the time was this really difficult decision. Their 9-year-old bull terrier named Bowser, he bit their son, and they were super emotional. You can watch the video, and I'll link to that here in the description box. And they claim they're left with no real choice, and they had to put their dog down, euthanize their dog. Because of that, they faced a pile of criticism. I mean, they do seem genuinely upset. I mean, obviously he was a part of their family for almost 10 years. Then they have a child, and their child gets bit. But it turns out that he bit their son, as their son was trying to take food away from the dog, not aggressively going at him. Sound like he did leave a mark on his face, like a bite, but that. I mean, they say there was a history of this Bowser. He was attacked when he was a puppy, so he's always felt very defensive and aggressive towards other dogs. They said it was just a challenge to keep him away from other dogs, and obviously, for some of the dogs, some of the pit bull terriers, obviously that's an issue. Generally, though, these guys are awesome with people. I mean, they claim it, wasn't a decision that they came to lightly. Said they did talk to someone at a humane society who said it was virtually impossible to rehome a dog like this. An 9-year-old dog, no question, it's challenging, but I don't know, impossible. They're also told that they would always be liable if he was rehomed because there was a history of him biting. I don't know if that's factually true or not. They claim that when the veterinarian came to visit, that they said that, these really are especially dangerous dogs, and you just have to be really cautious. It's really a poor idea to go ahead and, try to get him adopted out to someone else, as supposedly did someone from a humane society. They faced this huge backlash on social media, and, there is a bunch of criticism that they're all facing, and rightly so. First, the instance of where he bit their child. Obviously, any dog bite is serious, and it's a big indicator. Okay, there's something big going on here, But if he's a dog who's already got some aggressive tendencies, and you're not able to set some basic boundaries, there's no way your young child should be able to get in his face, getting at his food. The issue around rehoming or not, well, obviously that's not factual, and being part of the animal shelter, there were a number of pretty darn aggressive dogs that were given up for adoption at the animal shelter. And the biggest thing of what they did need is a matter of, a super responsible, on it pet parent, along with a whole bunch of training for them to develop this huge big bond with somebody, and for someone to be really clear around boundaries and guidelines. It's not a dog where you can just, free run to the house, turn your kid loose, have him pull on the dog's tail or the dog's ear and not expect, something to happen. But it's not easy. And, I do have some sympathy for them as far as you've got this young child, you've got this dog, this big, strong dog. And if he does bite, it can do some serious damage. And, looking back in veterinary practice, I definitely had former clients coming in wanting to have their dog or even their cat euthanized for much smaller circumstances. I've definitely seen euthanasia being used for convenience as opposed for the intended purpose of, helping to relieve pain and suffering. So what do I think? Did they do the right thing? I think this could have been a lot different. And there are an array of different rescue organizations which I know would have taken this dog in. And if you sort of look back historically, he's a pretty darn good dog. Yeah, he's got some challenges. Would it have been easy? No. The other big thing you need to look at is the context of the bite. Like, is he this aggressive dog and he's just going after this little kid? No. I mean, he was triggered. So I can see at the same point, like maybe he's not going to fit into their family for different reasons. They're not able to set those boundaries. They're not wanting to, you know, set up their house that way. Like, okay, then find them another place to live as opposed to euthanizing them. It is a real personal decision, and there isn't always one right answer. And I think, you know, we really get stuck on the black and white. Yes, right or wrong. I don't think they had to make a big, long, huge YouTube video about it and make this whole public event at the same point. But, you know, we're having this conversation, and it's sure a good one to have. Like, what is the right answer? And, you know, what would you be doing with your own dog? If you've got a young child, you've got a dog, you know, a pitty cross who's, you know, potentially can be aggressive, like, you know, what would you do? So my point is, you know, I've seen it from the side of being a veterinarian and seeing, you know, clients come in, like really making these difficult decisions. You know, most people put a lot of thought into it, like when they come in, and sometimes as a veterinarian, you know, if they heard a vet say, like, often these guys are aggressive, yeah, you may potentially be liable, they're difficult to rehome. Sometimes you're saying that as a veterinarian because they've already made that decision. You're trying to just make things smoother. Like but is it right? I don't know, maybe I made it easier for some people than I shouldn't have. And, you know, it's difficult from the point of view of you being a pet parent, making that decision for your dog, for your cat, along with you as the veterinarian. But there does need to be context. You know, how did the bite happen, and in what instance? Like, is he this aggressive dog going after this child? No, there just wasn't adequate boundaries that led to an unfortunate bite. Meaning it probably was a preventable euthanasia. So yeah, they're getting a big backlash. I'd love to hear what you think. I'd love to hear your feedback. Please leave a comment. It's Dr. Jones.